Okay, Assalamualaikum to all the High Committee members. I'm glad to welcome all the members to our fourth meeting of our for the Culture Fest Week. So thank you for being present in this meeting. Can we call this meeting to order?
Yes,
Yes, Mr. Ali.
yes. Sure, Mr. Alif.
Good. Okay, first thing I want to ask is, are there any apologize for absence for today's meeting because before our meeting don't have a good attendance. A few people don't attend the meeting even though we have proceed with the minutes of our meeting for today. Okay. So Anis, is there any absences?
Yes, Mr. Alif. I have
Okay.
received apologies for the absence of Mrs. Aina. Our Vice Secretary is
Aina.
on medical leave, being admit to the hospital since yesterday because of contraction.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
I would like
what should we
to
do about her?
I would like to
What should we do about
to tell Mr. Aina to
okay?
upload his leave letter in the VLE since this meeting
Alright.
is being recorded, and I would like to remind to all the
Sure,
members to not
sure.
skip
I
the
will take
meeting.
note that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Imran and Mr. Imran and Miss Anis. Okay, sorry for
Uh,
not good at speaking. Okay,
Excuse me,
fine.
Mr. Alif.
Yes.
I would like to ask Miss Anis to send our best regards from the company towards Miss Aina and get so that she will get better soon and will get to work again.
Oh, okay. Can you please take note for that, Anis?
Sure, I will take note that Mr. Alif and Mr. Safi.
Alright. Thank
Alright.
you for that.
Thank you, Miss
Okay. Thank
Anis.
you, Miss Anis, Mr. Shafiq, and Mr. Imran. Okay. Can we proceed to the next item? And this is regarding of our minutes from the previous meeting. So earlier, Miss Anis have distributed the minutes of the previous meeting. So I hope everyone have read it earlier in the WhatsApp. Okay. Do you receive it all and read it?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Alif.
yes.
Okay. So I want to ask you, are there any amendments about the previous meeting, like our budget or something? Okay. Is there it, Mr. Iskandar?
Yes, Mr. Alif. There is a correction. It was not 1,750. It was 1,250, around 500 less than what we have calculated previously.
Oh, is it true? Our budget was less than that because I know we just do it a dance competition, but why it become 1,750? I just want to know because we should put a lot of budget because this competition just we just need the student of Unique Airline IT like that. So why, Mr.
We
Iskandar?
have
I just want.
We
miscalculated.
just
We have miscalculated it because we have add in another 500 two times from the same recipient. So we have to minus out. So the total is actually 1,250. So that is considered a human error in the budget.
Okay, Miss Anis.
Uh, Excuse me, Mr. Alif.
Yes.
I think I can help Iskandar answering your question earlier.
Yeah.
Based on our competition that we are organizing, we are
Yes.
considering a few facts that we needed the money so much. It's on our costume rental
Uh,
and our music instrument rental. So based on
oh.
the time and the amount of costume and music instruments, the cost of our competition is going up. That's why we need a lot of money for this competition.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Shafiq. So, Miss Anis.
yes. I will make the necessary action amount. I will
All
try
right.
my best to cut the budget so we can save more.
Okay, thank you. So, are there any other amendments about the competition or about the list of something, or it didn't bother you guys the committee about this competition before it started, Mr. Shafiq?
Yes, Mr. Alif. Based on the previous meeting, the list of the items to use during the competition, especially the microphone that we need to use, is actually 6 and not 4. The extra two microphone actually really needed by considering the numbers of participants involved per show. So the
Oh,
higher the number of participants involved per show, the higher the number of microphones that we needed for the voice or the sound of the participants to be clearer and sound nice for the audience.
okay, okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Shafiq. I would like to ask if we can add on extra microphone for the backup, since the competition will be held and we don't want any necessary thing to happen during the competition, so we need to have the microphone backup.
Yes, Mr. Imran, that is a very great idea. If possible, we can choose to add another two for backup just to spare our microphone in case there's any emergency or event occur during our competition. We can
Okay.
we can hope that the university can make our request.
Yeah, I would like to remind to Mr. Anis about this issue, about this microphone. Thank you.
Okay, I will
Okay.
take note and I will add the new amount of microphone. Thank you, Mr. Shafiq and Mr. Haris Imran.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anyone else who wants to add? Mr. Iskandar or Mrs. Anis herself? Is there?
Mm, so far, nope.
So,
So far, nope.
Excuse me,
Okay.
Mr. Alif. I think I want
Yes,
to add
Mr. Shafiq.
something here. I
Okay,
just
okay.
want to add, for the dance competition, the floor
Yes.
of the venue, is it
Hmm?
just going to be a normal tile floor, or is it we going to use a mat for the dancing stage? Just need confirmation because a lot of dancing competition usually have a nice or mat that they're dancing on because it is quite good for the dancers that they have less injuries and less sleep, so that they will not sleep during the dance. They will
Oh,
not easily fall during a dance competition.
okay, okay. That's a nice question from Mr. Shafi. About the stage for the competition. Actually, we will discuss it later on after this. So I will keep in mind for your question, Mr. Shafiq.
Thank you,
So
Mr.
thank you.
Alif.
Okay, thank you. Can someone propose the minutes to be passed as a true record?
Yes, I propose the minutes to be passed as a true record.
Okay,
I second the motion, Mr. Alif.
okay, thank you. So let's move on. The next item is there any matters arising? Anyone?
Yeah, Mr. Alif, I would like to ask
Yes.
about the progression of the dance competition which have been proposed in the previous meeting. Have the arrangement been better?
Okay. I think that's you need to ask Mrs. Anis about that. So Miss Anis, how about the preparation?
yes, all preparation has almost done 90%. The 10% is on the progress in preparation of the gift. Any question?
Excuse
Okay.
me,
Uh,
excuse me, Mr. Alif.
Yes.
I heard we are having some difficulties with our current venue to organize our dance competition.
Yeah.
Is there any possibility that we can get the current venue as our venue for the competition and not another venue? Is there a possible way that we can still use the same venue here.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shafiq. Okay, regarding for your questions, so I'm from your question, I'm gonna answer your question. Your first question before you add this question. Okay. The first thing is yes, we have a slight problem for with our previous venue. Because you're asking about the stage. Because our previous venue have a stage that not quite completely good. Not like you say, we need a mat for their what for their security like that, not having injured. So that's one of the problem because we need to change the venue for the because the for the participant itself. So the issue have been settled because it will be moved to the new venue at Bestari Hall Unikl MIT because the stage there have a nice mat for the participant to participate in the competition. So
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alif.
Mr. Alif,
I guess yes.
I've managed on the competitors' gift for the competition, and I've also ordered uniform for every staff. However, due to the financial constraint, we have
Yes.
fallen short of 24 uniforms, and our competitors' gift is pretty much low class due to our budget constraint. However, it is still on progress, and I will try my best to complete before the event occurs.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So about the uniform and the gift, we manage it. However, so Miss Anis, please take note for that too.
Sure, I will take
So
note that.
okay. So anything else, Mr. Imran? It's like you have a question earlier. So what is it?
I would like to ask about the jury of the competition. Yes.
Okay, about the jury. Okay. So as you know, about the jury for our competition is that we're gonna uh, discuss in our special business because about the invitation for our jury, we want to invite a special jury for to judge for the competition. So if you want to know more, you can ask Miss Anis. So Miss Anis, can you tell them who the special jury is?
Sure, Mr. Alif. Right now, there are few people in to be invited to the competition. The jury that we need is 3 in total. 2 of them is from the Unique MIIT campus. And the third
Yeah.
one, the special guest or an artist to judge the competition.
Okay. So
Excuse me.
yes.
I would like to ask if the audience also require also give the marks to the dancers or the jury itself or fully marked by the jury itself.
Actually, about the dance competition, the jury itself gonna give the marks for the competitors. So the audience just gonna watch the competition along. So, Mr. Safi, I wanna ask your protocol team. Is it have your protocol team managed the invitation for the artist because we need to know when can the artist can come and who are the artists you plan to invite in our dance competition?
Okay, Mr. Alif. Regarding the invitation, my protocol team have already managed it accordingly, and it could take a few days for them to get their responses. I hope it will be a smooth sailing all the way. We have invited a few special guests, like Caprice and a few others, the dancers around
Okay.
KL to be our special guests, but it will take a few days for their responses. But we are actually hoping for Caprice to come as our special guest.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Shafiq.
Yes, Mr. Imran.
Can we manage to get our UniKL dance team also to perform special performance for
Yes.
the dance competition?
Yes, that would be a very great idea. They can be performing for the intro of our show, of our competition, or maybe we can ask them for the closing ceremony of our competition. How
Yeah.
about you, Mr. Alif? How about your opinion about that?
That sounds great. About inviting the special dance team from Unique MIT. It's gonna be a good one because Unique MIT have one of the best group dancers in the university itself. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Iskandar, I've got your mails or message about something you wanna ask in the meeting. So, what you want ask now or tell us now? What about it? Because it feel like
Oh,
special.
about that.
Yes.
I have good news.
Okay.
I've got a contract from a new sponsorship. I've
Alright.
managed to convince Unical MIT and other small companies to sponsor our event. Therefore,
Oh,
we've managed to raise our total budget from 1,250 ringgit to 3,000 ringgit. So if we deduct all of our expenses, we have around 500 ringgit extra. So what should we do with that extra money?
okay about that. Like you said earlier, maybe we have low budget on our uniform and our gift. So use that sponsorship or consider the sponsorship to get the extra uniform or extra gift for the not just the winner, also the judge, also the extra like Mr. Imran said, group of unique dancers for them as a gift. So
Excuse me, Mr. Ali.
yes, yes, yes.
I would suggest that we have some condiments or some food or drinks for our staff during the competition. As an extra budget, as there is extra budget, we can use to some budget to make some food or drinks for our staff during the competition. As the long hour of duty during the competition, it will cause very tiring. So we can
Okay.
provide some drinks or maybe some food along during the competition for our staff.
All right. Okay, that's one of good idea too. So, that's also can you use the extra money to bring the idea of Mr. Shafiq, and you can work with my secretary Anis to make sure to follow up the sponsorship. So, Mrs. Anis, you can follow up with Mr. Iskandar also. So, Miss Anis, I want to ask you,
Yeah.
um, from our start of the meeting. So what have we discussed from now until from earlier and now?
So, so we have talked about adding new microphone quantity,
Yes. Okay.
about how to lower our budget,
Yes.
and some of it about we want to provide food to our staff and participants. So I will follow up with the sponsorship later, and I will discuss with you guys.
All right. Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Ani. Okay, shall we close this discussion for now and continue to any other business? Because beside our special business like the jury, like the food and budget, we also need to know about the competitors' complaint or something else about it. Is there anything you have, Mr. Imran or Mr. Shafiq?
I have something
Yes. Okay.
regarding the
Imran?
regulation of this competition. Yeah, Mr. Ali.
Okay.
There are a few competitors complain about the time that have been set for to perform.
Okay.
The actual time is 5 minutes.
Hmm.
Ask for the time to be longer so they can add a few gimmick to help them achieve extra points in the dance competition.
Okay. About that time regulation. Okay. It's good. Anyone agree with me, Mr. Imran?
Yes,
It's gonna.
I quite agree with
Yes.
Mr. Imran's opinions or what Mr. Imran said earlier. For me, this is the way we can see and let them show their talent and creativity. Not just dancing, maybe we can see some acting talent as well. For an example, during the first 2 or 3 minutes of their show, they
Yes.
can draw up some acting or drama during their show, and it shows their talent of acting as well, not just by starting the minutes of the show with directly dancing on the dance floor.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
But
anyone? Okay, yes, Miss Anis.
excuse me. But I think it will take more time. So we will apa we will lost time, and I don't think it's a good suggestion.
Excuse me, Mr. Shafiq.
Okay.
I would like to support your opinion, which is having the acting as the part of competition, which we can add to their marks. Since dancing is a one thing, so acting is another thing. So maybe we can add to their marks and make the competition more good to see for the audience.
Okay. How about Mr. Iskandar? Have you have any suggestion about our regulation or something?
Well, I cannot refuse but to agree with it, because throughout our research, we all can agree that this culture is the best compared to the others. So that's why we feel confident with this culture.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I will look into this matter and I will discuss with Miss Anis because
Uh,
she quite didn't agree
Excuse
about
me, Mr.
the
Alif.
time. Yes, yes.
I want to add something. Some groups
Okay,
are telling me that
okay.
they want to use some props also during
Yes.
their dance, and
Right.
letting me know that they will be using their own props. So I just want for your approval
Yes.
and your confirmation if they can use their own props during our competition. Is there any regulations that doubt that the use of props during the competition?
Actually, from our original regulation, it says they could use their own prop because one of our mark is about their creativity. So they can use their own or they want to use our own prop because we also provide our own props for them. So that will be extra mark for them. Okay, so inshallah I will look into this matter too, Mr. Shafiq and Miss Anis. I know you quite didn't agree with the time earlier, so I will look into this matter too, and we discuss about it. So can at the moment, could you remind me to revise the regulation on the competition and discuss with you again later?
Sure, I will remind you.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Ali.
Yes. Okay.
I would like to ask one more question, which is for the participants' time in the competition.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
What will happen if the participant have exceed the time limit of their dance, which the time limit is giving, like example is 10 minutes and they did it like 11 minutes, what is the penalty? Is there any penalty?
Oh, okay. About that, for me, for the original regulation, if they exceed their minutes, uh, they're gonna have a penalty, like deduct 2 marks for just a few minutes for their deducts. Yes, just like 3 minutes extra they exceed, it will deduct 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 marks like that.
Excuse me, Mr. Alif.
Yes, yeah,
Following up to Mr. Imran's question, the
yeah,
music that the dancing crew or the show, the music that they're going to use during their show is provided,
yeah.
or is it need to be ready or bring to the
Oh,
teams
okay,
need
okay,
to bring
okay.
it on their own?
About Okay, about the music. Actually, I have asked Miss Anis to put the regulation about the music. Actually, the participant can use their own or want us to provide it. If they want us to provide it, they need to contact Miss Anis about it, and Miss Anis will conduct with your one of your team member, Mr. Shafiq, about the media team for searching the music. For now, each participant have their own music.
Oh, in that case, Miss Anis, can I know exactly the time or the due date for the confirmation of the music in approximately
Uh,
2 or 3 weeks times? Can you exactly tell me the time or the date?
uh, we don't have a confirmed date for right now. So we will tell you about the exact date on next meeting. I will reschedule again, so you can follow up from that.
Oh, okay, sure, Miss Anis. Thank you.
Okay, that's for our any business. So, is there anyone want to add anything, like Mr. Iskandar or us, about the regulation or something? Do you have any suggestion or want to remove something from the regulation? For your information, the regulation have been sent to you a week earlier before this meeting, like that. So, anyone
Uh,
want to add or remove anything from the regulation?
I will not
uh,
ask anything.
Yes, Mr. Iskandar,
Uh,
is there anything in your mind?
regarding of our budget,
Yes.
I've mentioned earlier that our budget is 2,500,
Okay.
and
Is it
that
after
means our
the sponsorship or before the sponsorship?
after the sponsorship.
Okay. So
So I did tell that we have 500 extra, right?
yes.
So that means our expenses is around 2,000.
Okay.
So that 2,000 ringgit, we have pretty much covered all angles, such as the special judge, the food, all of the uniform. So we really have totally 500 ringgit extra. So what should we do? Should we like add in the price, such as gift and prizes to the winner? Or do you have any other suggestion?
So like Mr. Shafiq said about the beverage like food, drink to our staff and the participant also, that could be used one of them. So also I said earlier, the extra 500 we can use for the uniform that we can get enough of it, because you said earlier we have low budget before the sponsorship. So make sure you manage that too about the uniform, because every staff, every our team member need to wear the same uniform, so that will look our organized competition will look better. So Miss Anis,
I
can you take note of the Mr. Iskandar, and you can follow up with him about the budget later.
I
Okay.
think we have covered that. Okay then.
Okay. So I think that's all for our meeting about it, because I can see there's no one want to ask something before I tell you our next item is. Is there anyone want to ask Miss Anis or Mr. Imran, Mr. Shafiq, or and Mr. Iskandar? Did you want to ask or suggest something before I tell I ask Miss Anis to tell our next item?
Nope.
No.
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
Mr. Alif. So far, so good.
Okay. Okay, thank you about that, Mr. Shafiq. Okay, our next item is the date, time, and the venue for our next meeting. So Miss Anis, can you tell them about our item?
Okay, for the next meeting will be on April 28th, 2020, on
Okay.
Thursday, 3 p.m. in the Microsoft Team X. I will send notice if there any change.
Okay.
Okay, yes, sure, Miss
Right.
Anis.
Okay, brother.
Sure,
So
Miss.
Miss Anis have
Sure,
tell
Miss
you
Anis.
about the date, time, and the venue. So the venue is still in the Microsoft team because we still in the COVID-19 and MCO. You know what?
Excuse me, Mr. Alif.
Yes, yes.
The date of the competition will be postponed, right, due to this pandemic COVID-19.
Yes. Yeah, we have postponed it. I don't remember. Do you get the note? How, Miss Ani, do you get the note? How long do we postpone our competition, Miss
We
Anis?
don't get any yet. We need
Okay.
to know more. We need to know. Okay, sorry.
Okay, okay, okay.
Uh, okay. We don't know yet. We will discuss about this in our next item yang our next date in new meeting.
Okay, thank you for that. So, Mr. Imran, like Miss Anis said, we're gonna tell you later about the postpone of the competition because we need to know when the MCO is last. Right now, we have added 2 more weeks for the MCO, so maybe we can use the time to find more thing, or like Mr. Iskandar said,
I think
low budget or extra budget, or yes, or is it?
I think the date will be on maybe on the June, because since we have the rule is until 12th May, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Mr. Shafiq?
Yes, it's correct. The date of the quarantine is until 12th of May 2020. So I would be really greatly and deeply felt like the most suitable date or month is on June, maybe probably on June, as for our competition would be a great chance to for the participants to train earlier for a long time and have a great dance and have a great time at our competition on June, as it after our Hari Raya, so they will actually have a lot of time for training for their dance. So I really hope that they will bring the A game towards our competition.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great, Mr. Shafi. I like it. So, Miss Anis, please take note for that, and I will follow up with you about the date and everything else about the competition. And if anyone got notes about the MCO deadline, when is it, and the regulation for the destruction movement, you can PM or WhatsApp Miss Anis, and Miss Anis will follow up with me, and I will discuss with her when should we do the competition. Okay. Okay, is there anything else? Any question?
Not
Comment? No. Okay, well
No,
then.
Mr. Alif.
Okay, well then. Thank you for participating in this live meeting session. Okay, right now, okay, last time. Really, there's no comment. I just want to know that if you want to tell something about this competition because we in the during the MCO, maybe someone disagree about something. I just want to know. No?
Nope.
So far so good, Mr. Alif.
Okay.
Right now we're just expecting the participants to give confirmation of their attendance for our competition if the competition is going to happen in June. I put up the notice for the participants from other groups, for the participants for the competition to reply or respond to my invitation for the competition. I hope they will respond shortly.
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shafiq. So I think that's all. Will someone propose the meeting to be adjourned? Because I think for now, we can use some time to discuss on our WhatsApp group about anything else. If something we want to tell about or something new information about what we should discuss about this competition. So will someone propose the meeting to be adjourned?
Yes, I propose the meeting to be adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, Skandar?
So far, I have no questions.
Okay, seconder for the proposed.
Okay, Mr. Alif, I second the motion.
Okay, thank you everyone for the meeting, and I announce the meeting is adjourned. So have a nice day, have a good day, and you have a nice day at your home. Please stay home, stay safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alif.
So
Right.